Namaste and welcome to this exciting episode of Sattology Debunking Mythology. आज हम लोग अपने टॉपिक्स पे बात करेंगे. Lemuria. Have you heard the name Lemuria? No. Many of you won't know, but this is one of the biggest theories going on in the West. And this theory was replaced by tectonic plates movement. And this is a theory which is also known as, there's a technical words used for it. And one of the word is for Lemuria is used as the very complex words they use. Is called theosophy, and then pseudo archaeology, and also connected to the lost lands. Okay. Now, पहले तो मैं I will begin with कि what is the Vedic version? Because the Gaia control, I'm going to come to Gaia also, because आप लोगों को मालूम होगा, because my focus is on biogeography or geography, and also continents, how the continents are shaped, or geography of the world from Ramayana, Mahabharata, and that's how I'm able to search so many things and establish them. Because my simple premise is, I've said many times, that नदियां अपना पथ बदल सकती हैं, लेकिन जो पहाड़ है अपना पथ नहीं बदल सकते. I've said in so many lectures और books में मैंने बहुत लिखा है. If you search Sattology on Amazon, you'll see all my books. और अगर आप लोग जुड़ेंगे हमारे साथ इस बार लिटरेचर फेस्टिवल, जरूर जुड़िए. If you are in the US, do join us. August 24-25, do support us. Because this is our main work on the ground. हम लोग हरिनाम लोगों को सिखाते हैं, उसको प्रोपगेशन करते हैं हरिनाम, ताकि ज़्यादा लोग हरिनाम लें. And the second thing we do is research to establish Puran history all over the world. Why I say Puran? Because Puran have all the data. When our rishis have to teach you Veda, then they teach you through Puran, because you can easily digest with history. Itihas is one of the biggest teachers, and through Itihas is given philosophy, and through philosophy is you are inspired to do practical steps. So philosophy is very important because it motivates you to do practical application of Veda. Like you do yoga. Yoga includes everything. It includes dhyan, dharana, samadhi, everything it includes. Yam, niyam, everything. Harinam jap is part of yoga. Everything is part of yoga. So when you do yoga, then you do everything. So yogi is a comprehensive word. सिर्फ आप ये मत, डोंट थिंक दैट कि आसन किया तो योग कर लिया. आसन योग नहीं होता. योग is much bigger than asan, but it includes the asan, includes all knowledge of Veda. That agar ye nahi hota, then why would Krishna would say imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam vivaswan manve praha manu ikshvaku abravit. इदम विवसते योगम, मतलब जितना भी ज्ञान भगवत गीता का है, वेदों का है, इसको गीतों के निषद बोलते हैं, the sar, that is technically called yoga. Means when you apply the Vedic knowledge in your life, it becomes yoga. So this is the depth. अब यहाँ पे geography is included in a big way, and stories are there of Priyavrat. Stories are there in Puran of Priyavrat, the first son of Manu and Shatrupa, and all his children, 7 children, given 7 islands. Okay, very clear, very, very clear. So according to Veda, from time immemorial, from beginning of this planet Earth, जब Varadev picked up the earth from Garbhodak ocean, that's why you see a lot of salt water. and put it back in the place. So what the west shows you something in the sky rotating in sky, but ask yourself the question, why you don't see moon rotating? कभी देखा है चंद्रमा को रोटेट करते हुए? नहीं देखा. कभी सूर्य को रोटेट करते हुए देखा है? नहीं देखा. किसी और तारे को रोटेट करते हुए देखा है? नहीं देखा. आपको they tell you many things like, oh, you cannot see with the naked eye but you observe closely. No, चंद्रमा को हम डेली देखते हैं, सालों से देख रहे हैं. The same face shows up on the moon all the time. कभी नहीं दिखता रोटेट होता हुआ. So the point is physical observation. इसको बोलते हैं प्रमाण. फिजिकल प्रमाण मिल रहा है. प्रमाण का मतलब प्रूफ नहीं है. इंग्लिश के वर्ड्स आर इनकेपेबल. प्रत्यक्ष आगमी शब्द. So all three, these are the part of vritti. Praman is a vritti. Because you like to ascertain the fact. It's called vritti. So our Veda have never changed. Purana give you the knowledge from Veda. So Purana mein read the conversations. And what I do is connect them to today's world. आप भी कर सकते हैं. You can also do it. The earth, मैं अपने सारा methodology आपको बता देता हूँ publicly. So there is nothing to hide on, because the more you share, the more you become part of Sattology. This is what we do. Exactly, this is what we do. We are an educational organization. So the earth is divided into 7 continents. ये मेरी बुक से है, The Original Atlas. आप लोग इसको खरीद सकते हैं. You can see that. Pushkar, which is South America. Jambu, which is Asia. Kusha is a group of islands south of East Asia. Shalmali, which is Australia and New Zealand. Plaksha, which is Africa. Kronch is North America. And Shaka or Shak is Europe. And you will find amazing that all these food items, because ये सब जो islands के नाम दिए गए ना, ये what grows over there. Because we should not randomly keep any land's name just like that. Like the name Pakistan is artificial. Name Bangladesh is artificial. Name America is artificial. Name Kanata is artificial. Name Australia is artificial. It has no connection with the local land. But Jambu is real because Jambu Dweep has Jambu. Jambu के बेर है. शाक द्वीप is real because वहां पे शाक नाम का पौधा उगता है. There is one tree in the Hungary area. There is one tree. If you look at our tweets on X platform, you'll see that there is a place in Hungary. There's a volcano. There's a tree grows over there, which is very unique to that continent. Plaksh नाम का पौधा होता है, which grows in Africa the maximum. कुश, इंडोनेशिया, कुश के आइलैंड्स हैं सारे, इंडोनेशिया, मलेशिया, फिलीपींस, ये सब आइलैंड्स में मिलते हैं, ये पौधे मिलते हैं. And this is a big land. आपको लगता है Indonesia is very small, but if you superimpose on the real map of Russia, then Indonesia जो सारे जो islands हैं, including Malaysia, Papua New Guinea, if you add all of them and all the small islands, including Andaman Nicobar, then it becomes bigger than almost 2/3 of Russia. Today's Russia land is very big, very big. And Kronch means Varunalay. वरुण की पूजा होती है वहां पे, and filled with lakes. That is the description about North America. And Pushkar is a description of South America because Pushkar is a place of Brahma. And Pushkar mein, because Brahma lives there, therefore the Manasotar is there. So this is the given. And these continents were given to Savan, Agnidra, Jyotishman, Vapushman, Medatithi, Dyutiman, and Havya by their father Priyavrat. That's why I mentioned the word Priyavrat. Priyavrat is the son of Swambhu Manu, the first Manu. There are many Manus. This is the first Manu of the first day and the first Manvantra. And Pushkar, the South America, was divided between Mahavit and Dhataki. Was divided between two sons of Savan, and Mahavit and Dhataki. Now, where you'll find the word Savan? If you look at the ancient documents or look at the Nahuatl language in Mexico or Peruvian native language, and I'm disclosing it for the first time, coming from a new book, Magical Atlas. Their supreme god is Savan. You know that? And and how much closely it just matches the original description Purana. I already showed you in my book also. In this same book, I've written Ananta Mountains. And this book was released almost a year back now. Almost a year back. I think last October, I released this book in Jaipur Dialogues, and it was launched in the US in September. It was brand new that time. Mahavit and Dhataki. And Mahavit and Dhataki, Mahaveta and Dataketa are the two names used for ancient gods of Lima and Chilean civilization. That's how accurate it is. How accurate. And Jambu was divided, which is Asia, divided into Nabhi, Kimpurush, sons of Agnidra. Agnidra was the son of Privrata. Nabhi, Kimpurush, Hari, Ilavart, Ramya, Hiranvan, Kuru, Bhadrashva, and Ketumalak. These are the names of the sons. और उनके नाम पर ही सारी जगह रखी गई है. And Puran are so accurate. They also describe you the facial features of the people living in these regions. Facial features. रखे हुए हैं वहाँ. Shalmali, now Kusha was divided into Udbhed, Vemuman, Ashvarat, Lamban. You know Lamban is what? Lamban is the name of the mountain series. एक माउंटेन का पीक है लंबन, वो उसके ऊपर लंका बनाई गई थी. ओके, लंब पहाड़ है वो. लंबन ये पुत्र का नाम है कुश के. इसलिए मैं पहली बात तो आई टुक द रेफरेंस ऑफ सुग्रीव. देन आई एम टेकिंग द रेफरेंस. मैं आपको बताया था कि मैं ट्रायंगुलेट करता हूं हर चीज को. देन आई टेक द रेफरेंस ऑफ पुराण. दिस इज इंफॉर्मेशन इज कमिंग फ्रॉम लिंग पुराण, which is glorification of Mahadev. Every Puran glorifies one aspect. Linga Puran glorifies Shiva. So in the Linga Puran, this is mentioned there. And Prabhakar and Kapil. Kapil, you have, मैंने कल भी एक शो में बताया था कपिल सागर, which is the Bay of Bengal. एंड शालमली को भी, ऑस्ट्रेलिया को भी वपुष्मान को दिया गया. श्वेत, हरित, जिमूत, रोहित, वैद्युत, मनस, सुप्रभा. And many of the ancient places in Australia, in the native Aboriginal language, you'll find these words. I have not done the research, but I'll come to that. Plaksh was given to Medatiti, was Shantabya, Shishir, Sukhoday, Anand, Shiv, Kshemak, and Dhruv. ये अफ्रीका के बारे में. क्रॉन्च आइलैंड, तो अभी मैं आजकल मैं अमेरिका में ओजिब्वे लैंग्वेज के बहुत सारी चीजें मैं स्टडी कर रहा हूँ. ओजिब्वे, बिकॉज ओजिब्वे इज द बिगेस्ट ट्राइब इन द नॉर्थ ईस्ट ऑफ क्रॉन्च, विच इज नॉर्थ ईस्ट ऑफ अमेरिका. एंड देन तो वो मैं आई एम स्टडिंग दैट, so I'll come back to that. So I will do some more research. कुशल, मनोहर, उष्ण. उष्ण तो मिलता ही है उष्माल युकतान में, दैट इज उष्ण. प्रवर, अंधकार, Muni and Dundubi. So Ushna is the name of one of the sons of Dyutiman, and Shaka was given to seven sons of Havya: Jalad, Kumar, Sukumar, Manichak, Kusumottar, Modaki, and Mahadruma. दिस शाकद्वीप, महाद्रुमा करके एक जगह है, द्रुमकुल भी बोलते हैं वेस्ट एशिया में, लेकिन वो लाइन आपको एग्जैक्टली मिलेगी. और मोदकी नाम इज वेरी कॉमन इन स्कैंडिनेविया. सो हाउ accurate these are. So these are the seven islands and seven oceans. ये पुराणों ने शुरू से मेंटेन किया हुआ है ना, एंड शुरू से किया हुआ. एंड आई विल टेक एवरीबॉडीज कमेंट्स आल्सो, क्वेश्चंस आल्सो, एंड I will take care of. I'm reading your comments, so we'll work on that. You know? So now before we now begin, so लेमुरिया शब्द कहाँ से आया? एक तमिल पोएट है, बहुत पुराने हैं. बिकॉज सी यूरोपियंस हैव नथिंग ओरिजिनल इन देम. कभी भी they were never had original stuff with them. They read something from somewhere due to colonization and they created theories. The only goal was to make money out of the government taxes. That's the only goal of these European philosophers. And they connected to theosophy because they were never sure how. So Europeans never knew. They still today, the word theology department in the world means they're trying to find the existence of God. हमारे यहाँ तो ऐसा नहीं है. For us, it's not like that. For us, we know Bhagwan is real. Krishna Bhagwan is real. Ram is real. Avatars are real. Same person comes in multiple forms at different times to invite people back where he comes from. भगवान राम भी विष्णु ही है, कृष्ण भी विष्णु ही है, और वो लोग अपनी ओरिजिनल फॉर्म दिखाते भी हैं. So Europeans created these stories to enslave other people more. And European governments used these kind of, I call them crazy people. They had no knowledge, gave them all the material conveniences so that the lies could be spread and the resistance is minimum. This is the exact reason Catholicism, Islamism, all these theories are spread. Control, use them, and deny them. Deny means don't give them any privileges. Fantastic art of colonization. All colonization is done against who? Native populations, indigenous populations. So Hindus are the largest group of native indigenous populations in the world. In the world. इसलिए टारगेट किया जाता है. All the conversion is done from native populations to these philosophies. Superimpose. Forget everything. Enjoy. Just believe. ये चलता है. And the cultures were created artificially. So all this knowledge, all these things we are saying, the debunking the mythology of Lemuria, all this was used as a major source. The mythology of Lemuria was so prevalent, like today, the theory of sun going around the earth, going around the sun. What a football they've created. You know, for moon to travel around earth is how much? So earth is traveling at 28,000 kilometers per hour or something like that. Then rotating at 1,000 kilometers per hour. And then the moon has to cross it and then go back. So it has to become to 56,000 kilometers per hour. Then go back, slow down while going back. Then again come faster, then go back. मतलब circus बना दिया यार. They made a circus out of the. How can people be stable here? And but when we see from the eyes, We see moon rising, going. Sun and moon both stay in the sky at the same time. Sometimes in the night also visible, day also visible. So the the theories which have been taught, these are all colonial theories, just to prove that they had something better, because all these fake theories were backed by the governments. See, when people know less, then they like to project whatever they know. But we are not like that. We are researchers, and our ancestors put all these things in writing. So now we have written records which are not there in any other civilization. And though the language in which they were written can be still read and understood by us, Sanskrit. Okay. According to the history of Sanskrit and the history of European languages, I'll do a separate show on that. Many people told me this. Today we'll focus on Lemuria, what they call Lemuria. So you watch my screen now. I'm going to make myself smaller. So this is the evolution of the idea of Lemuria. Lemuria was hypothesized, very important word, by who? By this guy, zoologist, person studies animals, Philip Sclater. And he gave the theory in 1864 that this continent, Lemuria, actually the word Lemuria comes from lumber. So again, he's pointing to the Ramayana history. Because they can't understand English, they read something in Sanskrit, because all these people were roaming around collecting documents and they're storing it somewhere. And some researcher goes, finds something, gets excited, he creates his own philosophy. That is the story of Philip Sclater. इसका history देखेंगे तो you'll be shocked to know what he is. He is an English lawyer and a not a professional, as a uh, zoologist by chance, ornithologist. Ornithologist क्या होता है भाई? Study of birds. The bird study करता था. And zoogeographic region means science of biogeography is concerned with of animal species. इसका ये काम था. And he was a secretary of Zoological Society of London for 42 years. 42 years. So he was part of this group. इसने ये theory बनाई थी. And it is so crazy right now that he created this theory of Lemuria by looking at some literatures which he found in the India, from India. So इसका जो ये लंदन से जब आया था, he got some books from the British Museum, and that's how he started his research. This is the man who created this theory. And what he found was कि उसको लगा कुछ लेमूर fossils. लेमूर क्या होता है? Lemur is a species of बंदर. Okay. Now why I'm saying that all these theories are coming from Ramayana, किस तरह आ रही है और fakely represent हो रही है. So the theory of Lumb mountain is in Ramayana. लंका जिस पे बनी है उसका नाम है लंब पहाड़. You know, so modern Sinhalese people or the people who live on the island which is Sri Lanka today, but Ceylon, Simhal Island. So Simhal द्वीप पर का अलग नाम है. It is not made on Lamb Pahad. It is not made on the Lamb Mountains. Lanka was on the Lamb Pahad, Lamb Mountains. It's a series of mountains cutting the sky. मैं मैप दिखाऊंगा. Let me show you right now so that you get more convinced. So You see this mountain chain right now, जहाँ पे islands हैं सारे. Do you see my screen? You see this entire chain cutting through the Lamba Pahad in the ocean. One long length of mountains. और ये सारे peaks हैं. These islands are the peaks. तो इतनी बड़ी है लंका. And all these islands were inhabited. Okay? यहाँ पे टेरिटरी है जिसको अभी बेस्ड ऑन लगता है मुझे, आई एम टोटली रॉन्ग, क्योंकि बहुत सारे ऑथर्स ने क्लेम कोट किया है. नीलेश ओक जी हैं, एंड फ्रॉम बिफोर अस पंडित कोटा चलम वेंकटचलम, उन्होंने किया, शंकराचार्य थे वो. So many people have said the same thing which we are saying. Mahabharata says it, other people say it. This is Simhaladweep. This is Lamba Pahad. लंब, इसको आप नोट करके रखिए, लंब, बिकॉज टुडे स्टोरी इज कनेक्टिंग हियर. एंड लेमुरिया इज अ सिटी ऑफ मंकीज, मंकी फॉसिल्स इन मेडागास्कर. मेडागास्कर इज हियर, नॉट वेरी फार. अगर डिस्टेंस में देखो तो यहां से डिस्टेंस जो है इज अराउंड 252 kilometers. 252 kilometers. Okay, so not much distance. So it's not wait, this thing, okay, not much. And the distance between this tip and this one is around 1500 kilometers. 1500 kilometers, not much. So 1500 is 800 miles approximately, same ho jata hai. So not much, which is exactly the distance mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana. So लंब पहाड़ है ये, और यहाँ पे बंदर मिलते हैं, मीन्स बंदर का फॉसिल यहाँ पे मिला. हाउ कैन यू डिटरमाइन, अगर बंदर का फॉसिल मिला है तो ये सब एक आइलैंड बन गया. इन ओशन डेप्थ, दीज आर ऑल कंसिडर्ड, दीज आर लाइक स्मॉल हिल्स इन द ओशन, जो वहां पे एरो मेरा घूम रहा है. सो दे कॉल्ड दिस एंटायर थिंग एज लेमोरिया. दिस एंटायर थिंग इज लेमोरिया. और बिकॉज दिस गाय फाउंड फॉसिल फ्यूल्स हियर. This is how stupid these people were. How stupid. And I just wonder why India was colonized. How could India be colonized? I could not believe these guys were so stupid, because we were told not to have faith in your culture, in your books. अपने शास्त्रों पे ध्यान मत दो, वो देखो कि बाहर से लोग कैसे दिखते हैं, एंड एक्सटर्नल अपीयरेंस पे स्लेवरी शुरू कर दो. तो many people like Mahatma Gandhi and Nehru, they were colonized just based on the looks and through corruption, because they were all told to not believe their Brahman. They were taken to UK, taught everything against the Brahman, against the Parampara, and that joker wrote the book Bharate Khoj. The person who was himself lost, he was trying to discover India. This is the story. This is the story. You know, so what we can do, because हम लोग अभी क्या करेंगे यहाँ पे, because this is important information. The entire theory of Lemuria was a fake theory. The entire theory, the next show will be the theory about the collision of continents. It's a fake theory. Tectonic shift theory is fake theory, because we have been given information from Purana and Veda, 7 islands, 7 continents, 7 oceans. It has nothing to do with tectonic fake theory. This मैं आपको, I have said it many times also in my books also. I'll show you one aspect. Okay. Now we are going into deep. Yeah, these are public maps, even though not higher resolution also. This is Junagadh. This mountain is Junagadh, which is Revatak Pahad. This is a very poor resolution Google Earth. Poor resolution. but still you can see the markings on the ocean bed on the poor resolution. And Dwarka, this is a rectangle, right there, rectangle you can see, big rectangle. See it, you can see it. Okay. Some markings are recent, some are not recent. And यहाँ पे you'll suddenly see the shale, the earth going deep into the ocean. And if you go deeper into this area, you'll see a lot of things up as if looks like a city. Okay, looks like a city and a big area. Dwarka dimensions are very big. This is in my book. From this Dwarka, the reference is given to mountains, this mountains. Reference is given to these mountains, and reference is given to these mountains, and reference is given to one small island here. This one. See my pointer arrow? This one. Exactly this one. इसको इंद्रधनुष पहाड़ बोलते हैं, समुद्र के नीचे. Now, when I wrote this in my book, Pandavas, the famous five, you must read that. Teach your children the Pandavas, the famous five. Because enough of lollipop kids we are producing. We have to produce real kids who can become like Pandava, Vishwavijay. So this entire hypothesis that this continent broke away and now this is widening, this is going to break away, this entire area will break away and join India, is going to move towards India. Nothing of that sort is going to happen. All lies, all fake news. These are all people trying to cheat Americans and Europeans of the taxpayer money to do this useless research. It has no benefit other than finding some European uranium mines in Africa, or stealing some more gold from Africa, stealing some more silver. If Africans are watching, watch this show. Just I'm speaking in English. All these fake theories were created to steal gold from Africa. Why I need a French island right here? I don't need a French island here. Reunion, I don't know what they call it. I don't need this Mayotte. I don't need these islands. Why this is called Saint Paul, Saint Pierre? Why? They are Europeans. Why do we need that? Why do we need Port Louis? Why we need French names here? French, Portuguese, Spanish, or English. Why local names are not there? Why we need Saint Paul here? So all these fake theories were created to legalize their colonization. Still there. You know, now you see why the Lemuria was a fake theory. Complete myth. Continents are not colliding. Earth has been like this from ages. Agastya Pahad right here, Agastya. Why is it a French colony? Why is it French Polynesia? It's Agastya Island. Why we need a Heard Island and McDonald Islands? All these names are fake. Okay, this is how this whole thing was created. Maldives should not even exist. It is part of India. It's part of Lanka. Should not exist. This whole region is Lanka. The whole mountain is Lanka. Okay. So we have to take initiative, educate ourselves, and tell others about it. And that is the contribution of Sattology. We love to have all of you join us to research with us and travel with us, and help us in bringing this knowledge to other people. Now let me show you some other pictures. The pictures are a great way to get into things. So this is a map. So this is the place which is a hypothetical sketch. Africa, India, this is India, and this is connected Aleutian, Arctic, connected Bering Strait, America. If you look at the carefully the map of the world, then all the lands, 7 lands are connected to each other. So you can cross over to America through Bering Strait. Is जगह से you can cross. You can, if you can see my cursor, you can cross over the map through here into America, or through this chain, which is a natural road. Right now, when the ocean levels go down, you can start seeing that. You can cross over to Africa from Asia, and you can cross over to Australia from Papua New Guinea and other places easily. So the whole earth is connected. 7 islands are connected. Sat Dweepa. Very slight difference between all of them. And other things like Greenland and other, you see the Greenland as such a large continent. But the Greenland is of the size of Mexico. And Russia, this entire land, Russia, which you see so big. Do you know what is the width of Russia? Today's Russia. 6,000 kilometers. And what is the width of Africa? 7,200 kilometers. Or today's Russia is part of Jambu Dweep. Is this island where Bharat is there. Is the biggest island. And Shaka and Jambu are divided by an imaginary line. Imaginary line. Because the rivers divide the Shaka from Jambu. So if I do, the Shaka is a very small island on earth. Now these, some people may say, oh, it's a different level, different plane of information. No, I studied that, and I'm strictly following Sugriv here, because Sugriv knows the world. He was hiding from his brother Vali, and Bhagwan Ram validated that. Yes, you know it. So Bhagwan Ram ने authorize किया एक तरीके से. So when you see Sugriv and Ram conversation, then you understand the geography very well. So I'm superimposing the names which Sugriv uses for today's world. All the planet names and everything which is coming from today's reference from Ramayana. And Puran also maintain the same thing. So people were using those names commonly at that time also. And see, the thing is, if you're speaking a certain language, you're going to call those names in your language. You're not going to call in somebody else's language. So now this is the map of the earth. In this map was 1600, 1700. Okay. Let me show you another picture. Why do we need British flag here? In tutela nostra Lemuria. Like I told you, all the fake theories were backed by the governments to legalize colonization. We don't need British names anywhere in the world, including Australia, New Zealand, Canada, New Hampshire. We don't need any of the new British names. We need local indigenous native names of those lands input in the geography. I think that should be the movement of the tomorrow, which we should do that. Renaming all places of the earth. Okay. And which locals have to do it, not others. Then they came up with this fake theory, Kumarin Kandan, Lemuria. Because the point was to divide India. Because they're very much scared. There is only one group of intelligent people, that is Hindus, who will question everything else, because they are the largest native bloc. Therefore, all the attacks against Hindus. Divide, divide, divide. Now it's time for us to acquire. You know, Astachal, Alps is Hindu, we say Astachal. We call Udaygiri Parvat, South America Pushkar Dweep. We start renaming the continents. And we are not doing whimsically, we are doing based on Puran and Ramayana, Mahabharata. We should start renaming continents. In fact, at least the Foreign Ministry of India should refer to other continents in our names. And if they don't follow, put taxes on them. Period. चलिए आपके क्वेश्चंस लेता हूँ. I can go on. I've written in my books in detail. So next is, let us just take questions, and thank you all very much, Shankar ji, Rudra ji, thank you. If Ravan, Sri Lanka is not Ravan, where is the real Lanka located? Shankaran, you can see our videos, Sugriva's Atlas by Nilesh Oak. There's a playlist. See that in detail. Chagor's Archipelago and my Ramayana series, Footprints of Ramayana. You can see that in detail, Shankarji. Everything we have discussed there. Go back to those playlists and you'll love that playlist on the channel. What about Hindu carvings found in Grand Canyon, USA? Very interesting question. Very interesting question. Adita, there is a Shasta Mountains. Shasta Mountains in California. They are on the fifth highest mountain peak in California. And also Grand Canyon is in Vegas and Arizona. That area, Arizona is the Grand Canyons. So Shasta Mountain has many references of prehistoric civilizations. And we cannot say Hindu carvings. We can say prehistoric. We can say Sanatan Dharma followers carvings. But you'll see a lot of Hindu or Sanatan Dharma carvings in Grand Canyon caves, which are being stopped by the US military. Because US military and the US government doesn't want to recognize Native Americans and their indigenous culture. That's what they have been hiding for long, that the USA has been the highest perpetrator of human rights abuses. They have been hiding a lot. And that's why they don't want Indians. They want people who are just worried about their physical health. They don't want brains, alternate brains. They want their brains, but not alternate brains. Okay, thank you, Adita ji, for commenting. Jai Shri Ram Vijay Dudareja ji, he's our member. And I really respect our members to supporting us. Because of you, our channel runs. So if you're supporting us and if you're funding us, that's how we do what we do. And I do Sattology 100% of the time, full time. So yoga is a proper way to get moksha. Absolutely, Vijay Dudareja ji. Lemuria is a fake story, fake theory. I showed you the Lemuria, what they talk about. And they say it's a fake story, completely fake, fictional. Local Australian geology is same. Local Australian geology is same. Absolutely. Water level rise. It's very normal to water rise and go. Rise and go. It's time. It's natural. Heat to go up, cool down. Very normal. For Bharat, our foreign policy derived from Itihas, Peter Rajah decided American for. भारत इज नॉट फॉलोइंग देयर ओन इतिहास. अगर भारत फॉलो करेगा तो सबकी पिटाई करेगा. हमारी सेनाएं विश्व विजयी सेनाएं हैं. वीर राजपुताना राइफल्स का स्लोगन मेरा फेवरेट है. वीर भो जय, राजा रामचंद्र की जय, ये उनका स्लोगन है. वीर भोग्य वसुंधरा. तो वीर तो बनना ही पड़ेगा. Kala Munda in Australia means in India Kala plus Munda, so many words. Yes, there. See, Sanskrit is a phonetic language, so many words will rhyme very similar. Viram Singh ji, Sat Sri Akal, Jai Shri Ram. Thank you so much, Viram Singh ji, regular viewer. Shankaran is European slavery. Please give credit where it is due. Please give them credit. Actually, before Europeans, the Islamic groups created slavery. They are the ones who sold African slaves to Europeans. Because Arabic people called Africans as Habshi, and then they sold them as animals. You used to buy them. Even today, very common in Saudi Arabia. Nothing has changed. Awakens and authentic books, Kumari Kandam. Many books are there. I don't know the exact details, but you can search it out on Google. A weird question. No question is weird, but a genuine one. Does the size of sun and the moon change when seen from India vis-a-vis Northern America? Good question. And the answer is in this book. I've given the sizes of all the planets. Okay. So I'll tell you. So So until where the Surya Chandra Somayarvat Kirane Bhasate Tavad Bhuloka Akhyate Purane Dvij Pungava. So wherever till the place where the rays of sun and moon fall, that is Bhumi. And Bhuvar is also the same dimension. It is because it is defined by the rays of sun and moon. That means Bhumi is very, very big. What is visible is only what is shown by sun and moon. Okay? 50 crore yojan. Uh, until Dhruv star or Dhruv Tara is Swargalok. 100,000 miles above the earth. Below की बात नहीं हो रही. Above the earth is Surya. Above the sun is moon. Above the moon is Nakshatra. And by towards the north, by distance of 1,000 yojana is Buddha. Shukra is also same distance from Buddha. Above Shukra is Mangal. Above Mangal is Brihaspati. And above Brihaspati is Shani. And this is the Graha or planet. Above this is Saptarishi. Above this is. So sun is only 9,000 yojana according to Purana. Okay. I've given a detailed description in the page 356 in my book. So you can see that. All the movements and everything. Anyone who is studying Jyotish, if they don't know this, they'll not make right calculation. That's why Jyotish people they regularly fail in predictions because they're trying to validate themselves through the Western knowledge while they should be totally focused on the Vedic knowledge. They call themselves Vedic astrologer, but they all go wrong. All of them go wrong because they combine the two. We don't want to combine the two. Okay. So your question, size of sun and moon is constant, but depending on where you see it, it may appear to be bigger or smaller. But the size is constant, actual size. Strong PP, thank you very much. Do that. Antarctica. Antarctica as an island doesn't exist. It is a boundary wall, they say it, of the earth. Because whichever direction you go is Dakshina. So wherever the sun goes, so sun goes in a certain way on the earth, and wherever the sun rises is called east. So when it's turning, for some people, the east is a different direction. Okay. So that is we need to be aware of that. Hare Krishna, thank you, thank you. Memory of Afghanistan was part of Bharati's whitewashing tectonic theory in the name of science. Exactly, exactly. Now you got it. A lot of theories, foolish theories, and our universities still teach it. Actually, this is a foolish thing. एंटार्क्टिका मैंने आपको पहले ही बता दिया 7 द्वीप 7 आइलैंड से एंटार्क्टिका का नाम नहीं है कहीं पर भी ओके द अर्थ इज फॉलो द फ्लाइट मैप्स प्राइवेट प्लेन्स में फ्लाइट मैप्स आप देखिए आई हैव यूज्ड देम अ लॉट सो आई नो एग्जैक्टली हाउ इट गोस Ashish Agarwal pilots cannot make that mistake because pilots have to be very clear they're carrying passengers हरे कृष्ण आदित्य जी, थैंक यू। लवण समुद्र, उसमें मैंने बात देखा नहीं है, आई विल टेल यू। These name changes don't depend on one person. It is you can change the name. Start using it. आप ही बदल देंगे. Okay? Adams Bridge. Adams Bridge is not Ram Setu. Ram Setu is built in the memory of Sri Ram. But the original bridge in Valmiki Ramayana is Nala Setu. भगवान राम ने नाम दिया है नल सेतु, तो आप भगवान राम के नाम को भी छोड़ देंगे. तो राम सेतु इज द मेमोरी ऑफ श्री राम. नल सेतु इज द ब्रिज विच राम यूज्ड टू क्रॉस ओवर टू लंका. No, totally wrong information. This is true because Aztecs are Hindus and they are all inspired together. रामेश्वर सोनू ने, सूक्ष्मता से भारत की कुछ भी रिसर्च कर पाओ, ये भारतीय कर न सके, पुराने नियम कर गए, बस ये की जगह वो है हमारे ग्रंथ, वही चीज हिंदू नहीं पढ़ते. कमेंट अच्छा है. ये ऋग्वेदिक ट्राइब और ये सब जो आप लिख रहे हैं ना, दैट मीन्स कि यू आर नॉट वरीड, यू डोंट अवेयर. फॉलो मी जी. ट्राइब वर्ड इज नॉट यूज फॉर सनातन धर्म. Can indigenous people of America revive? They are already revived. They're coming on a literature festival. Apache King is inaugurating the literature festival August 24, 25 in the USA. They're all here. Active and here. 12 million strong. The UN rights charge applicable voluntary, including this, so right to paralyze is a violation, isn't it? Link for the document. UN rights. Absolutely, absolutely. Go to the UN website, you'll see that over there. Whenever I see this, all seem like people European. No, नहीं, उनका देखिए मिक्सचर बहुत हुआ है. They look like Europeans, but they're not. आपसे कुछ बात करनी थी इम्पोर्टेंट. सीताराम, कुछ मंदिर पिक सेंड करनी थी कीजिए. ईमेल पे भेज सकते हैं, sattology@sattology.org. Okay, I got your message. Check. Okay. All right. इतना इम्पोर्टेंट शो, सो प्लीज डू लाइक, शेयर, सब्सक्राइब, और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए, लोगों को बताइए. एंड पीपल शुड कनेक्ट टू Sattology for education and also debunking mythology. फिर बाद मिलते हैं अगले शो में. तब तक के लिए जय जगन्नाथ, जय श्री राम.